Yo, YouTube, what's up? How's it going? It's Beltran here, and today we are going to be doing a tier list. Yep, that's right. We're doing a tier list. This tier list is going to be a unique one, and the official tier list title is of controllers able to shove up your ass. Tier list maker. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos today. Before we start rating all of these controllers, if you can, please hit the like button. And without further ado, let's put some things up our butts. First one, controller is an Xbox controller. I'd never played Xbox. I don't know what controller this is. All right, so where would how well would this go? I'm guessing there's a technique to putting controllers up your butt. I think this one would require the boomerang technique. Listen, I know a lot of techniques, all right? I've been around the block a lot, just like a boomerang. Xbox controller, they are pretty girthy. They feel like a football. I think they're like the football of controllers. That would be a hard time, so I'm gonna give it an E. Next up, we got the Wiimote, the classic. When I was younger, before I had impure thoughts, I did look at this and, well, I thought it was some dirty stuff, Who didn't? Who didn't crack their first wee joke on this console? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Yeah, this one would probably, this is the literal shape. This is the shape of it, There's a reason why we call it the Wii. S tier. Right here. Boom. That one's going up. No problem. Next up, we got the PS4 controller. It's kind of like the Xbox controller, but it's a lot thinner. So I feel like it would go up a little bit more smooth. Still using the boomerang technique. So I'm going to give that one a C. Next up, we got the Nintendo 64 controller. Either way you look at this one's going to be a rough one. Boomerang technique can only get you so far on this one. If you were chomping this one down with 3 other friends, you might be able to get through it, but this one's a rough one. This one, you're tearing something up. Get the stitches. This one's gonna need a lot of Vaseline. We're gonna put that at F tier. Not that I have experience with it, but I mean, it. All right, next up we got the Guitar Hero controller. Well, depends on how you look at it. It could be either the hardest thing or the easiest thing. How realistic is it to shove the whole thing up your pooper? It's unrealistic. I mean, you obviously can't put the whole thing in there. Duh. You can't put the whole thing of any of these in there. Which way are we putting it in, though? If we're putting the head first, it's a glide. If we're putting the body of the guitar first, now that's a whole nother story. That one's going to be painful. I don't see it being harder than the N64 controller, so we're going to put it at E. Next up, we got the dorky looking ass GameCube controller. I mean, if you know me, I think the GameCube controller looks like a perfect game controller for dogs. You're going to have to go with the boomerang technique on this one, but the thing about it is that there's that little hole right there, that little entrance. You can get stuck there, and then you're not coming out of it. There's nothing that can pull that out. You can't boomerang technique that. That's like it's like a mouse trap. It's like you can't go back from it. This one's gonna be painful as well, but I think you can get at least half of it in there pretty easily. So I'm gonna put it on a D. Next up, we got the PlayStation Nunchucks, whatever the hell they're called. Yeah, so those things, I imagine those being just like the Wiimotes. I'm just a little worried about that ball. It looks like it would break off, and then once you break that off, you can't dig that back out. You can't put more stuff in there and pull stuff out. It doesn't work like that. It'll go in easy, but it won't come out well. A tier. Next up, we got the Joycons. Joycons, they're great. They're like travel-sized Wiimotes. I don't know if this means that you'd have to put both of them. Like, does this mean you have to put both of them inside, or can you do one at a time? Can I say that on YouTube? Can I say that on YouTube? No. Okay. All right. I'm gonna cut that one out. Yeah, so I think these would fit real. I think these would fit. I think they fit somewhere. This is like, for beginners. So I'm gonna go with A tier. Next up, we got the SNES controller. This one's a bit wide, but it's also flat. You can definitely wedge it in there, but there is a chance that something will go wrong. That's with all of these. Way to go, Nintendo. So with the NES controller, we're just gonna throw that in the B tier. It's a good controller. That's what you use after you're done using the Wii controller. You graduate into it. All right, next up we got the drum set from Guitar Hero. If you were to ask me, Chris, how many times have people shoved the drum set from Guitar Hero up somebody's ass? If I had to answer honestly, I would say I don't know. I couldn't say no because I you know, put a gun to my head. I could die. I see this one being the most difficult. I don't know where you'd start. The foot pedal may be worth it. There's a lot of poking edges, but I think if the whole goal is to put the whole thing up your butt, there may not be survivors. I'm gonna have to put this one F tier. I think the N64 controller would be a little bit less difficult, but you know, I feel like they still belong in the F tier. Well, there you have it, folks. There's my tier list of shoving game controllers up my ass. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, please hit the like button and then also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell as well to get the notifications to let y'all know whenever I upload a video to this YouTube channel. Please hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Chris the Giant. And the question of the day is, what kind of controllers are missing from this list, and where would you rate them? Straight up. You know, I was thinking about that NES controller, and I definitely think that would belong in D tier just because it's got some sharp edges on there. You could get hurt on that one. Well, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Hey, peace out.